Guys, they said Ebony humbled herself before the great king. And the essence of doing that is to apologize to the king over the way things have been going on between them, because lately we have been hearing allegedly that the king have been regretting ever accepting Ebony back after returning back from her girl's father, you know, and is accepting her back into his life, because they said Ebony have broken the king's heart before now. This issue of everybody saying that, why would Queen Naomi go on social media and post about the king? Why this, why that? They said what Ebony did to the king is worse than that post that Queen Naomi made on social media, allegedly. Because you know what it means that a woman was betrothed to you. They said uh, their uh, parents paid Ebony's bride price while she was small. I don't know how they do it, but they said she was betrothed to him. And while they are growing up, although the king is older than Ebony, very well, they started the relationship. But because the king have not made it big, at some point, Ebony left him. They said the king was pleading with her to come back to him, to help him grow, to stay with him. But Ebony said no. And the next thing she started doing is to start spreading news that what he is doing with women is not something that she can take, it's not something that she can condone. And my question is, you left him before because of women. And now he has so many women in his life, and you still come back. What have you come back to do? Someone you cannot deal with when he have a woman, a girlfriend though, because those days the king did not marry two women at once. As a matter of fact, he have not even married anyone at that time. But Ebony left him, claiming that it's all about women, women, women thing. Okay, now the same man you left earlier to go and have a child for another man have up to 4 women that he have gotten married though. This one is no longer side chick, oh. And yet you still come back to be among the women, and you said you have value for your life, you said you have so much respect for yourself. Sometimes I used to think that those people who are involved on these spiritual things, and that they have so much respect for themselves, but in this case I don't know if I'm to start thinking otherwise, you know. So Ebony have offended the king greatly before now. They said, not even they said, you can see that she abandoned the king then because the king does not have so much money, because he wasn't a king then, only to come back to him when he has become a king. And because a lot of people pleaded with the king to accept her back, because even when she returned, the king did not make her a wife. The king was just, they were just doing man and woman thing, you know, she warming the king's bed and all of that. So, and ever since then, she have been causing so much trouble for the king, because it was ever since she returned that the king's wives were leaving him. Yes. Okay. Now that the king end up marrying her, even when he have already married other women, why are they not living? They are not living because, one, she have gotten that marriage which is her major priority. Secondly, the kind of women that she met are not those ones that are just there for marriage. There are some of them that are there that anyhow you want it, they will give it to you. If you want it spiritually, they will give it to you. Someone like Igbi them, you know. So this time she cannot do anything. So from what we are hearing, oh, they said this issue of Ituase have caused so much pain for Ebony, even though the king is not peaceful either. But the king is still insisting. As if that is not enough, they say the king have also fixed a date to do Ofarende ritual to bring back his wife, Queen Naomi. Now, Ebony, whose family have been threatening her, they will do this, they will do that. They will not. There's nothing they will not do if the king went ahead to do that of Arende ritual. And I was like, who do they think they are to dictate for the great king to tell him what to do and what not to do. Anyways, they said Ebony have gone to the king to beg on her behalf and that of her family. Because information have it that when Kabiyesi heard about the threat from Ebony's family, what he did shocked them. He told them that they don't have such right to tell him what to do or what not to do, to make decision for him. But instead, whatever they want to do, they should bring it on, that he is very much ready for them. And if they're not careful enough, they will lose a lot. So Ebony knew that by the time it will get to that point, she will be the one to lose everywhere. So maybe she have come to beg, or she have come to use new tactics to make the king believe that all is well. Why she strikes, I don't know. But information have it that she came to the king, she humbled herself before the king. All this thing happened before they said the king entered into seclusion. Because I don't know if he have come out or so. So they said she was begging the king to please forgive her. That even if the king is still angry with her for leaving him at first, because recently the king raised that matter again, saying that if he can forgive Ebony after all that Ebony did to him in the past, why won't he forgive Queen Naomi, the love of his life, the one true woman that he loves so dearly? Because whether you guys believe it or not, the kind of love that Queen Naomi and Kabiyesi share is something that is rare for a great king like him. Sometimes when they are outside, you could see how deep, how closely deep they are. Check other wives that he have married. You can never see him in the same mood with all those women. The same as in the mood that you normally see him with Queen Naomi. To tell you that the king loves this women this woman Queen Naomi very well, until that temptation and problem comes in. So they said it was last week or so that the elders are talking about what Queen Naomi did to the king, how she embarrassed the king and all of that. The king is not supposed to bring her closer again or forgive her. And they said the king told them that if he can forgive Ebony, who abandoned him when he needed her the most and accepted her back and even got married to her, why won't he forgive the one person that he loves so dearly, who also have his first son, his carbon copy, his everything, that Queen Naomi still hold his heart up till now? You know? So Ebony must have been thinking that maybe the king is angry and wanted her out of the way because maybe he remembered the past, or he is doing it to please Queen Naomi, like they would always say. But we all know that from what we are hearing, if everything we are hearing is the truth, the king only wanted sanity in the palace. He only wanted a peaceful palace for the people that are living there. Because with the kind of news that we are hearing, if he did not do anything about it, it will get to a point that that palace will not be safe for any one of them again. So, but they said when Ebony came to the king and humbled herself before the king, calling him, doing Oriki praise for him and all of that, it got to a point that she started begging, telling the king that if it is about the past, that the king should forgive and let go. That she is ready to bring him peace. She is ready to do anything, that she's no longer going to dance to the tone of her family elders and all of that. Then, that was when they said the king told her that, look, if this is a new trick for you, you better stop it. Because I bear no grudges against you. All I wanted is the palace to be peaceful, because you have destroyed the peace of the palace with your attitude recently. And again, you should bear in mind that if you are still having at the back of your mind that Queen Naomi will not return back to me, you are wasting your time. Because even if you cry out BLOOD, it is not going to stop her return. and have fixed a date for her Ofarande ritual. And when that happens, she will return back to her home. And if you ever fight her again, the gods will fight you because you no longer have my immunity. Hey, they said Ebony shed hot tears. That if you touch the tears that was rolling down her cheek at that moment, that it was hot, it will be even okay to do Gary and all of that. They said Ebony did not believe it. You know, one thing Ebony doesn't like is talking about Queen Naomi in a good way, praising Queen Naomi and all of that. But they said the way Kabiyesi praised Queen Naomi before her, she felt shattered, and they said she started crying. That is what we are hearing if the information is true. But don't forget, they are all alleged unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as facts unless you verify them, okay? Thanks for watching. Do well to subscribe to my channel, follow my page, and share this video. I love you guys. Bye. See you.